Okay, Shalom Avocha. This shir should be dedicated for the Zchus, Nishmas for Shimshon, Chaim, Ben Rabbi Nachman Michal, Nachmeni. As we all know, the Machav is a big segula, it's a big segula for those who learn the Sefer, and this also it should tackle be big Zchus for Klal Yisrael, those who need segulas, and obviously I'm involved in the shir. Obviously, I'm looking for shidduch. And my name is Gavil Faivel Ben Chaya, and that's Hashem, and those who, Hashem. And also it should be a big zechus for also Ilu Nishmas for Rav Yosef Ben Aaron Nezri. Zatzal. It should be big Ilu Nishmas. I should only hear Yeshua's and Bochas, Yeshua's Tzlocha and everything. Hashem. And now I want to start actually before I start. I just want to say thank you very much for everyone who's joining on to the share, and who's able to make effort listening to my share, and please try and share it and subscribe it and share it to your family and your friends, maybe on the WhatsApp group or wherever you see me on. And before I start, I just want to say that I usually give a hashkafa. I try my best to give a hashkafa Zera Shimshon share with a bit of lesson, but this week this share is more like halachic share, which in the get to the Parshas I decided to do. And now I want to start with this week Parshas Eikav speaks about say v'chal in benching, obviously say v'chal tavzvot bavachta. Yeah, and it's Kamyon, all over Tzatoyva Shenosanoch, and the Gemara in Brochus in Perek Shloisha She'ochlu Daf Mem Ches Amud Beis says that Rebbe Oimer, Rebbe said Bevachta Zu Bich Zazoin. We darshan in the pasuk, which means B'chayv B'cha Chvoina. Therefore, saying Rebbe said Bevachta in the pasuk is Bich Zazoin, the first part of bench, of the Birkat HaMazon, and al-Ovetz is Zu Birkat HaOvetz, is Birkat HaOvetz. That's what it says. The Tova is Zu B'nei Yerushalayim. These are the three things of benching, which is a chib to Vaisa, and the bon adin, because the structure of Beit adin HaTova Meitiv. But etzem the Eikav din of the Vaisa is these three paragraphs of benching, which we dash from the pasuk. And Eini Ela Achva, we only teach us Achva, what is the Birkat HaMazon, which is after Bracha. Obviously, which we learn is Takot Devaisa from there. But when the Fondaminayin, from where do we know Bracha Rishona? Where do we know Bracha Rishona? Why do we know that Bracha Rishona is a din to a bonon? But Chazal obviously have a smach from the pasuk to tell us Bracha Rishona. Therefore the Fondaminayin, Tamaloima Asher Nosanoch, Misha Nosanocho. We will learn that Nosanoch, that before eating it and before eating the food, it's straight away we should mention a bracha on the Rishona of Nosanoch. But when once we receive the thing what Hashem gave us, the food, we should straight away say a bracha before eating it and then eat it, and afterwards say bracha. This is where we know bracha Rishona. Ad kan b'gemor in brachos. But Zok the Zera Shimshon also question, based obviously for the Gemara explaining the pasuk, asking on the pasuk, Yesh Makshim, Amai Behepech HaPasuk HaSeder. Why is the pasuk doing the opposite order? Betchila Havalei Lemichta Brocha, Shelefnecha Achkar Shelachveha. At the beginning, it mentioned Brocha Shelefnecha, which is it should mention. Itaka should mention Brocha Lefnecha. And then afterwards, why is the pasuk saying bracha rishon, bracha achroina first, and then afterwards with all these things, birchas hazon al-oretz, at hatova zu b'nei Yerushalayim, and then afterwards it says Asher Nosanoch teach us which is the bracha rishona. It should mention, the pasuk should somehow mention bracha rishona first before the bracha achroina. It's hepech, it's the opposite way round. Ama mehepech pasuk haseder. That's what's the question of the Zera Shimshon. And Yesh Loiman, the Zera Shimshon is giving a bit of Hagdama to answer the question why is the pasuk saying the opposite way round, Bracha Rishona at the end after Bracha Achroina. And I want to say on the Zera Shimshon obviously saying a pshat. I want to say maybe after my own idea, my own pshat, maybe that because the pasuk want to tell us things which is a chiv d'oraisa, which is blocha chavoina, which is a chiv d'oraisa of birchas hamazon, which is there's a chiv d'oraisa. But that's what the pasuk telling us want to tell us first, and afterwards it's telling us the things which is not chiv d'oraisa, esmachta, which Chazal. It's not. Maybe we want to show the chashivas. We want to mention the chashivas first, which is the chiv d'oraisa of birchas hamazon, and afterwards we mention blocha rishona, which is only a chiv d'rabbanan for esmachta. Maybe that could be a pshat in my own understanding in how it goes. But the Zera Shimshon obviously understood. No, I mean it's more better, even if it's the bon of the Raisa or Esmachta, but it's more better to more looking at the Seder. At first the Seder should be Birchas Blocha Rishona, and Seder, even if it's the bon Esmachta in the Parshas Shenosanach, and then afterwards it should mention Seder Blocha Chavoin, obviously, which is the Raisa. That's why I have the Zera Shimshon understanding the question. At least the Seder should be in order. And in order. Yesh loimat is to be Yushalmi the Chala, and he brings in that Igmo Yushalmi in Chala, Tony, which taught about Matzah Gezula also Vorechel in Mishum B'Tzea Beuch Niyat Hashem. The Gemara says, and it's a pasuk. The Gemara brought pasuk into Tehillim, David HaMelech. It just says Matzah Gezula also Vorechel in Mishum B'Tzea Beuch Niyat Hashem. Meaning a Matzah Gezula is stolen Matzah. Obviously, which Machayev you or any lechem, which Machayev you birchas hamazon. Then also the Vavachale, it's also to the Vavach on it, which Mishum B'Tzeh, because he's Gazela and Beivach. When you bless with something which is Tova Gazul, which was stolen, then it's needs Hashem, you're arguing Hashem. Therefore, it's taka also to say a bracha over something which needs Hashem to get angry, because it's bizarre to say a bracha on something which was stolen. Therefore, that's what the pasuk saying, and it's machlokes in the Gemara. What's the pasuk referring to? In which bracha is referring to, which is also to say bracha. As the Yushalmi bringing different shittas in. The first pshat is Rabbi Yochanan, and in the Zera Shimshon gives has Rabbi Yochanan. But if you look at the gives in Yushalmi Chala in Aleph Hey, in the Yushalmi it says Rabbi Yoina. Just to get don't get mistaken the names of the person. Okay, the Rabbi Yochanan who had the tema betchila aber besoif mitzvah. These words referring to only techila, only the beginning of the bracha rishona. Then it's taka also to say bracha on the food. Yeah, aber besoif of the bracha chavoina, then it's a chiyuv. Then it's still a mitzvah, and we say why because bracha rishona, you're not changing anything to the food you're going to see, and therefore it's taka be angering Hashem, near Hashem, you sing a block on something which is was gazel. But at the end, after when they ate it, if you know the sugas Gemara and Baba Kama, probably some of the obviously guys know about that shinoi, changing something is somebody stole and changing something. It's kind of feel shinoi, that becomes his feel shinoi. It's kind of the chayfet, but obviously the domim, since it's a kind of the domim, he's mechayev to pay. But when he eats this now, when he eats it, it now becomes shina koina. He chew it or he swallow it. Well, he did some shina in his mouth, which makes he's kind of the chayfet now. But therefore, Mela, since his kind of chayfet is not near to Hashem, it's not angering Hashem, because you're only angering Hashem if it's not yours, if the chayfet is not yours. But since he's kind of it, and since he did a shina to it, he now becomes his, and therefore he's not angering Hashem. He's not near to Hashem. He just mechav to be domim. But it's an actual chayfet itself is still word to say bracha. Achvoina, because it's not near, it's because it's his. It's kind of it for shinui. And if Liku Tzu Hasam Aichan, the other people argue on Rabbi Yoina how to learn the pasuk into Tehillim. But the Mogen Vom seem to pass like the Rabbi Yoina Orechaim which Tim Kuf Sadivov because of the Misha goes al chitim. So only goes oy lechem beochlo the chayev the vorech berchas hamazon. It's only stole. Obviously, chit or lechem ochel and iti chayev levorech birchas hamazon. Mishum divides that obviously the bracha chvoina. Mishum the kemish ochel kana b'shinoi. Explaining the Gemara, it's kind of b'shinoi. But domim who chayev just a chayev domim to make obviously tashlumin or to mechayev because the ganav. But it's an actual chayev is still what to say bracha. It's kind of b'shinoi. Nimser shemasha ochel hu shaloi. Which koshkin birchas hamazon devaisa and koshkin even musa which is birchas hamazon devaisa. seem to be it could be maybe it's a suffix how to pass maybe, but it's even more so. Birkas Hamazon, you can't take away. Since at least it should be definitely be machmer. We're talking about Birkas Hamazon, which is Doraisa. No, it's not Doban. It's Taka Doraisa, which we can't stop you saying a Chiv Doraisa because of it. It's Taka, it should be machmer, definitely for Birkas Hamazon, which is Doraisa. Koshkin, even more so. Now this is how we paskin. Paskin like this is what comes out. Ein Shom. Yeah, I will Beis Yosef. Pasag, the aim of Warech, loy betchil, loy besof. The Beis Yosef argues on the Bengan. He maybe passing like the other shit, maybe Vaveloy, Rabbi Yossi in the Gemara, he's choylek. Rab Etzem, he passed that obviously he can't make a bloch, loy betchil, obviously, because near Hashem, obviously everyone agrees to that. Even the Magen Lam agrees to that. Machlok this is about bloch achloina afterwards. He wants to say, even bloch achloina, which Etzem should be kind of a shinoi, but he still don't say a bloch achloina. Because it's still shaykh to the gazelle, even though it's kind of a shina as halachically shina is kind of, but Etzem he's eating something which was gone. It's not lechatchila. Definitely it's have to be domain rather. He's eating something which is shaykh to the issa, which is shaykh to the gazelle, and even that is still not word to say a bracha, because the only word to say bracha when it's completely used, when you're not just domain kind of a shina, you also not only kind of shin, you also stomach it's used from the beginning when you first eating it. Yeah, when the bracha is shona. Therefore, that's why you shouldn't say bracha on that. Lo besoif as well, even besoif, because still shak to the issa of the gzela. Yeah, kosav abach siman anal the besoif chayav the vorach tivar kol. Really, it's more sad. It's important to know. It's more sad, obviously, to be chayav a bracha chvoina because you can't be shinoi. Maybe it's less of a sad to be, obviously, it's less of a sad to be chayav vishoina because you know shinoi. It should be, yeah, but you're going to see that the Bach says the basoif chayav at the end, the bracha chvoina chayav the vorech tivar kol. Shinna's koina, because shinna's koina, that's Parshas, yeah, but domim hu chayav, domim is chayav. Eina feeling minas, not even minas, because you can't have shinoi. It's used, therefore it's word to say bracha. Yeah, but my the polygusham, what is polygusham? It's blochu ishoina heichel the goza matzah full mamish. Chul ein shom, meaning he's the machlokes is when he goes on matzah full mamish, and by the blochu ishoina, then it's machlokes in the Gemara. Obviously, Rav Yoina, I think this could be paskinite. Rav Yoina holds that you don't say blocha because it's near Hashem. You're angering Hashem. It's definitely no shin. No, it's blochu ishoina, not eating anything yet. Rather, it's angering Hashem. And we shouldn't say blocha. Yeah, but the Abba Amoiva argues, and even so, even though you're stolen, it's still mechuv to still say blocha rishona. And so taka pella, because the pasuk in Tehillim says that you don't say blocha. You don't say blocha. See how they're learning. Therefore, you need to work out how does this Amoiva understand the pasuk in Tehillim? How do you understand this whole word? Chovis near Hashem. But if I ain't showing the real Bach, I think the Bach has a different. Zera Shimshon bring down the Bach a bit differently. Like if you look at the Bach himself in the Sefer. Yeah, he might give a yishuv to the kasha. But at least upon this, what we see that we see from there it's more sad to say blocha at the end of blocha achvoina because it's kind of b'shinui, kind of it b'shinui. Yeah, it's more sad. Yeah, it's yours, but it's less of a sad to say blocha b'shinui because it's kind of b'shinui. It's therefore it's Parshas you don't say blocha near Hashem. And obviously, that's what comes out, yeah, and But also going back to also the Beis Yosef is something everyone agrees that you don't say blocha at the end because you kind of be shinoi, and you don't say blocha because you kind of even though you have the raisa, maybe even though you have the raisa, still don't say blocha achroina because even though you have, because you kind of wait hold on that's what Beis Yosef holds. Beis Yosef you don't say blocha achroina. And so maybe the Dod HaMelech has a koyach, maybe as a Tehillim pasuk, Gilim Mitzvah was Duraisa, not to say Blocha Duraisa, even though it's a Chiv Duraisa to Be'etzem bench. But Dod HaMelech, maybe if Magalela was Duraisa, maybe Gilim Mitzvah, that maybe Dod HaMelech could stop you saying the Blocha when it's for, yeah. And also if it's for good reason, Dod HaMelech is felt as Nitz Hashem, maybe Chazal have a koyach to be Oiketom in the Torah, you need to know why you don't say blocha at the end, even though you have duraisa. Yeah, but that's explain the Beis Yosef. But all of this hakdama, all of this is all hakdama to the teret. Because the kasha originally was Zera Shimshon asking, why do we change? Why do we mention blocha rishona, shenos hanoch, after bracha chvoina should be this right side. You should mention shenos anoch first in benching, which is referring to bracha shon and then bracha chvoina. And the answer is in the sinner maiden palming yesh bracha chvoina af below bracha shon. Is sometimes you have a bracha chvoina even without the bracha shon. You go she goes alecha bachilos kinyu bishin the chayav levorich. Such a goes alechem bachilos and the kind of bishin and you chayav to say a bracha because it's kind of bishin. You have ilo hoya oimer she nosanoch. I was thinking, ilo oimer she nosanoch mikova hainu she nosanoch. If you just say she nosanoch at the beginning, before if it at the beginning, then the person might think there's a havamina that she nosanoch mikova hainu she nosanoch osti yechayev the vorech. Only when it's hayisi oimer the gamba bracha chvoina in elo davka hecha sheloch. But maybe you could think that maybe it's dafka shaloch, maybe it's dafka used. The pasuk telling us that only when it's used, then you chayav. Even it might think like the Beis Yosef I've explained. You chayav even after you did the shin. You chayav. You may be just thinking. You chayav. You might think you chayav only when it's used, only when you never stole. Then you chayav to say obviously bracha shana and obviously bracha chvoina. Means come to that full case, some which is not used. Avahecha, the gozav, lo nischayv a bracha shoyna. When it goes out, oz mebnei hu minat, oz hava mina, the pot af me bracha chvoina. Because for us Beis Yosef, I said Hanal, said before, das vaviloi b'shalmi, because he could afford that maybe if say not enough dafka used, then you have to say bracha v'shoyna, and obviously bracha chvoina, obviously benching, but maybe if it's not used, like for example, if he stole it, if it's gozal, like lechem, he stole it, then it would be then if he stole it, then you won't be chayav. I'm just trying to find it. If he stole it, then you won't be chayav. Obviously, bracha v'shoyna because it's near Hashem, and even bracha chvoina you also won't be chayav, even though he did a shina and shina's kaina. But like the Svar the Beis Yosef explains because still shaykh to the Isra, still shaykh to the Zera. It just took api halacha. He make a use for a shinoi, but it's still shaykh to the halacha of still shaykh to the Zera. Shaboy. Just api halacha is kaina, but etzem is shaykh to the Zera. Therefore, that's why he's considered near to Hashem. Even bracha chvoina. What have explained what the Beis Yosef really for in havamina. Because nosanoch, dafka needs to be used. If it's at the beginning, telling us even bracha chvoin as well, also the same thing. It can't not good enough shinukah. It needs to be used in order to say chayva bracha. No, mishum hachi kama kvar betchila. Because of this, it's said in the pasuk betchila v'chata v'zvata b'vachta. Beginning to tell bracha chvoin, ashpina the chayva bracha chvoina. Like the Magen Avraham, like Rav Yoina, like the Magen Avraham explained bracha chvoina. Fil heichash ina chayva bracha v'shoina. You chayav bracha chvoina, even though you're not chayav bracha v'shoina. Why chayav bracha chvoina? Because the shina koina, it's the person's koina b'shinoi. That's why chayav bracha chvoina. It's not considered near to Hashem. But I feel heichash ina chayav bracha v'shoina. Even not chayav in bracha v'shoina because bracha v'shoina is no shinoi by bracha v'shoina, and it becomes near to Hashem. You're angering Hashem by saying a bracha, which it was gezela. But after bracha, when he's already kind of your shinoi, then he's not considered near to Hashem. Angering Hashem is more to say a bracha over it because the chayv is now not considered over gezela. It's now becomes his. Rather he's chayav. Rather is wrong for him, and rather he's chayav to pay back with domim. But couple of chayvet is still enough word to say a bracha because it's still considered his. Because it's considered his for a shinoi. I feel the heichash ain't oh. Because still he's not called nosanoch shavadayin noikanu. Because bracha v'shoina he's chayav because he's not kind of it. He's not kind. He's only kind of it through eating it. Bracha chvoina, and that's why the pasuk telling us bracha achvoina and bracha v'shoina at the end of the bracha chvoina to tell us that only bracha v'shoina is something which is yours. Then you have a bracha v'shoina. Only something which is not only on bracha v'shoina. But much inke bracha chvoina you have even if but bracha chvoina you have even if it's not yours. Even if it's not yours, even if you stole it, and even though it's not his, but might still chayav for your shinoi. That's what Puzzle telling us. If you just be a half a minute, which said Nosa Noch first, you could have thought Faket, you could have thought you never chayav when you stole it. Because Maisa said Nosa Noch telling you, Loch telling you needs to be used, meaning even Blocha Achroina. But obviously he said Nosa Noch at the end to tell us that only Blocha we shouldn't need to be used, Vada. Yeah, obviously, if you stole it, there's a probably can't say Blocha, because the Svol, like Gede is, because Niyot Hashem, angering Hashem. But Blocha Achroina, you still have to say Blocha Achroina because not considered angering Hashem because you did a shinna to the chayfet, which you can't know, and that is the Ad Kanashir. Shkoyach for listening. Yeah.